So Mabey, why Mabey? Well, I get asked that a lot. I've heard all the jokes. Thank you very much. So Mr. Mabey started the company in the UK in 1923. We've been in the States since 1989. Mabey's a worldwide company. Offices in Asia. Do a lot of work in Africa and throughout Europe. These are our locations up and down the East Coast. And this is our matting product that I'm here to talk about. 100% HDPE composite mat. It's 8 by 14 mat with a workable surface area, 13 by 7. Weighs about 1,000 pounds. It's a single piece of extruded plastic, basically, with a pinning system that I'll go over a little later. So it forms a continuous roadway for access projects. Minimal site prep is needed. We normally work with a loader and a two-man crew on the ground, so a total of 3 guys can lay about a mile of mats in a day's time. This is an installation, very simple. This gentleman is turning a key into the pinning system, which locks the mat. If you stop by our booth, and if you stop by our booth and take a chance, put a card in our bin, we're actually drawing a Apple Watch today. And I have a sample of the pin. It's a very robust pin, really one of the keys to our system that's made us successful over the last 25 years of using this product. So we like to say our product is great for the environment. It is, it's a plastic mat, so it doesn't absorb any liquids, and it's easy to clean, so it can go from one location on a transmission line project or an access project to another without tagging along any invasive species. Again, non-porous surface doesn't absorb any liquids. We cover the turf. I have some examples of that later on in the presentation. Little or no long-term effects. It's we're in and out, and you hardly know we were there. Also very safe. We create a stable road for access. There's no, we don't leave anything behind. There's no broken wood or nuts or bolts or anything when we're done. The mat is self-contained, and we pick it up and we move on to the next project. Typical applications. About a vast majority of our work is utility transmission projects along right-of-ways to enable utilities to do whatever they have to do to their lines. Also, we work a lot in contaminated sites, as well as any site that's difficult to get to. And I'll show you some examples of some sites that we've done. These are some of our utility clients. We also work for a lot of the large line contractors that work for these utilities. This is kind of an atypical situation. We did a project in California, very easy. We don't get these too often because they're so easy. We tend to get these. This is near Atlantic City in New Jersey, in a very swampy tidal basin. We got called in on a moment's notice because they had lost some lines to very high winds. So we came in, and oftentimes we'll have to layer our matting product, but one layer pins to the layer below it or above it, so we still have a roadway that's solid. It's not going to shift. It's not going to move around. This was a job we did in a bay in Florida, in 5 feet of water, in a tidal situation. So we had a 90-ton crane and a concrete-filled monopole on these mats. So we used 4 layers of mats. There's a buoyancy factor to the mats because of the honeycomb design. We pinned all these 4 layers together, and we're able to support those vehicles and the operations of lifting and placing those poles into place. Project we did in Vermont. The mat conforms to the surface that you have in most cases, so you don't have to crib. You don't have to use a lot of underlying materials to create the roadway. The mats are sufficient and they're flexible enough to conform to the site conditions. Just to show you a little bit about the ability of the mats to ease of restoration. This is a project we did for PSE&G. The contractor was running up the right-of-way, going in and out to get to a structure. They called us in. This is the mat road when we were completed. The work was done in a week or so. Actually, a couple of weeks the mats were down. They had concrete trucks. They had fracking trucks over this roadway, and that's what it looked like when we were done. We removed the mats. So installation and removal, we stay on the mats, we never have to get off the mat to install or remove. At times we use some of our bridging projects. We have a proprietary project called the Quick Bridge. It comes in 20, 30, and 40-foot lengths. We install that on a lot of sites to get over running water. And we don't always, you can place these with a crane or an excavator, but oftentimes those pieces of equipment aren't available to us. So we can install the bridge using our mats. We can push the bridges across with our loader, and we're kind of self-sufficient, so we can keep going even if we don't have to wait for somebody else to come and help us. This is another bridge that we installed in upstate New York over a quickly running stream. It's a 40-foot quick bridge. They come in 5.5-foot lengths, widths rather, and we can put them together to create a bridge as wide as anyone would need on a project like this. That's it. Thank you.